The secret behind electoral bonds is finally out. This is exactly what the government didn't want you to know. This is exactly what the SBI was trying to hide from you. This is why the Supreme Court had to step in.
Permitting unlimited corporate contributions to political parties is arbitrary and violative of Article 14.
But one thing is clear. This was a big scam. A scam to help corporate companies pay political parties, either out of fear or for favor, and keep it a secret from all of us, you and me, that is the public. 3 news organizations, the News Minute, News Laundry, Scroll, and 10 independent journalists have gone through the data in great detail. Now, let me tell you 9 reasons why this is a scam. Nothing but a scam. So welcome to this week's episode of Let Me Explain. I'm Pooja Prasanna, and every week I bring you Let Me Explain. The only thing that matters to us here at the News Minute is the truth, no matter what the risk involved in telling the truth is. But we need your support to continue being this fearless. So become a paid TNM subscriber today, and you can do so by scanning the QR code on your screen. So let's get down to it. Why is the electoral bond a big scam? Reason number 1, the sham of anonymity. The union government and the BJP have been claiming that this was an anonymous scheme and no bond can be associated with the buyer or the political party. In April 2018, the Finance Ministry even said that the serial number that was invisible to the eye was not being recorded by the SBI. Lie. Big lie. From the list submitted by the SBI to the Election Commission of India, it's very clear now that the SBI recorded these numbers, and therefore even the government would have known who's donating to whom. Now you'll ask me, what's the big deal with this? What's the problem if it's all white money?
इलेक्ट्रल बॉन्ड ये भारतीय राजनीति में से काला धन समाप्त करने के लिए लाया गया.
The problem was that the government knew exactly which company was giving money, and they could easily put pressure on companies giving money to opposition parties. This was well explained by Tamil Nadu Minister PTR.
It built a platform where the government knew not only who was donating to it, but also who was donating to its opponents, whereas the opponents knew nothing. The public knew nothing.
The second big scam is what you know as Delhi liquor scam, and what I call a reverse scam. I'll tell you why I call this. The CBI registered a case in August 2022 in the Delhi liquor scam. This was later taken up by the Enforcement Directorate. The ED and CBI basically said that AAP leaders like Manish Sisodia and Arvind Kejriwal changed the excise policy to suit certain licenses and took kickbacks from them. The South Group, as the ED called it, gave 100 crore rupees to AAP. While all this is known already to you, what we did not know till last week is that this man, who is the accused number 7 in the Delhi liquor scam, his name is Sharat Chandra Reddy, gave 55 crores to BJP in electoral bonds. 5 crores were given through Sharat's company Aurobindo Pharma just after his arrest, and then 50 crores in 2023. When was this paid? Just after Sharat Reddy got bail in the Delhi liquor scam and then became an approver. Would you really be surprised if I tell you that the ED did not oppose his bail? So AAP and BRS and others who possibly are involved in the case should be investigated, and the ED should make it clear if they have found any trace of this 100 crores. But there's definitely a trace of the 55 crores that Sharat Reddy's companies have paid to BJP through electoral bonds. But don't forget, if the Supreme Court verdict had not come, we would have never known this. So now, will the BJP explain this donation by Aurobindo Pharma? And is this really a reverse scam now? There are many other scams, or at least probable scams, that have come out through electoral bonds. Companies have given a large part of their profit, or many times of their profit, to political parties. I'll give you a few examples. This MKJ group has given money to Congress, TMC and BJP in 1 year. It was nearly 3 times the profit that they'd made. Madanlal Limited, as Quint reported, had 1.84 crores as profit in 2019 and 2020. But they bought electoral bonds worth 185 crores in 2019 and gave 95% of that to the BJP. Whether it's political donation or electoral bonds, it's crystal clear that more money came in when companies were facing raids or inquiries. Were these companies innocent? That we cannot say. But they definitely had to pay up or were under pressure to pay up. We've already told you that around 41 companies that were facing action by central agencies like ED, CBI or IT gave the BJP 397 crores. The pattern is the same in electoral bonds also. Companies that are raided pay immediately after the raids or increase their payments. It's not just the BJP that has gained here. Almost all big regional parties and Congress too has gained from these companies that were facing action or inquiry. Like the DLF group that paid BJP 170 crores after raids. Ramki group which gave BRS, TMC and Congress money after IT raids started. The biggest scam really is quid pro quo. So many companies have gotten major deals just after they turned donors. There are many examples, but I'll just look at a couple for you. Like the Hyderabad-based Meka Engineering and Infrastructure Limited, that's MEIL. They donated 115 crores to the BJP in April 2023. Just a month later, the company was awarded the tender for the construction of the Thane-Borivali underground tunnel by the MMRDA under CM Eknath Shinde. Now, he was running a government in alliance with the BJP. Ritvik Projects, a company building Sunny Hydroelectric Power Project in Congress-run Himachal Pradesh, gave bonds worth 30 crores to the Congress, almost at the same time the project was being sanctioned. Then there are companies that have donated money through a maze of subsidiary companies, like Reliance, for example. A company called Quick Supply Chain Private Limited donated 375 crores to the BJP, and another 35 crores was split between the Shiv Sena and the NCP. Though there are 6 or 7 other linked companies, around 120 crores were given to the BJP in 2021 and 2022. Reliance isn't the only one. Greenco, a renewable energy group from Hyderabad, bought bonds worth 95 crores through various companies. The BRS, of course, got the most in this, followed by the YSRCP and then the BJP. So why do companies give money through a maze? To make the scale seem smaller and, of course, to manage their own books. Then there's the biggest donor, Future Gaming Services, that belongs to the so-called lottery king Santiago Martin. These are the amount the Future Group has given, the highest to TMC and then to the DMK. The question here is, why has a man who has multiple cases of money laundering and fraud in so many states given this kind of money? That too to parties like the DMK and YSRCP, which govern states that don't even have legal lottery business. As we've already reported, he's had ties with the DMK for a long time. And in Andhra, he was lobbying for legalization of the lottery business. Still, this does not fully explain his largesse. Finally, there is the last kind of scam. There are companies that are paying when they're in trouble or hoping that the money that they're paying will help them during these times of trouble. Like the Navayuga Engineering Company Limited. This Hyderabad-based company paid BJP 55 crores from 2019 to 2022. In November 2023, the Silkyara tunnel it built in Uttarakhand collapsed. It's been reported that not even an FIR has been filed against the contractor. Not just infrastructure companies, even pharma companies that produce medicines that we depend on to save our lives also have given large amounts through electoral bonds. Project Electoral Bond told you about 7 pharma companies that paid to political parties at a time when their drugs had been found faulty. Why? What did these companies really gain by giving so much money to parties in power? So from all this, you know one thing. The electoral bond scheme was one of the biggest scams that the BJP unleashed on the Indian public, where we were kept in the dark about everything. If it was about companies giving white money to parties, the question here is, why the anonymity? Why can't companies just declare who they gave what money to, like they do with donations and trusts? This is because the BJP created a lucrative and a very dangerous system. Yes, many other parties like the TMC, DMK and even Congress have gained because of the system. But who lost? The public, that's you and me, and the democracy. We've done so much of work in actually deciphering the data through electoral bonds that we thought it's important for us to connect the dots. Last week I told you which party got how much. We thought that it's important for us to come out and tell you what the scam really is. Because so many of you kept saying it's all white money, so it's not a problem. The problem is what I've told you for the last few minutes. If you want to consider supporting us, do check out our work where 3 news organizations, that's the News Minute, News Laundry and Scroll, along with 10 independent journalists have come together under Project Electoral Bond, and we've put together an amazing body of work. You can also support our work by becoming a Pay TNM subscriber.